big things in your book. What's the ultimate food upgrade, and even an anti-aging food that's a drug almost?
I've coined the term in Superhuman. I call it energy fats, and go a little bit deeper than you might think. And I like to think it's a readable way, talking about, okay, when you eat a fat, what is it going to do to the composition of your cells? And we like to say, oh, I drew my red blood cells and I had this much omega-3 and omega-6. But what your brain does, what your white fat around your middle does, and what the fat that's the cells in your heart or in your muscle tissue and your nerves, it doesn't all do the same thing when you eat something. So the fat is both a building block and a fuel source. But there's a unique kind of fat, these energy fats, that only convert to energy, and they do it with more energy than sugar does, and they don't get stored in the body in any meaningful way. And there's a broad category called medium chain fats, or medium chain triglycerides. Some medium chain triglycerides have that special energy fat. However, the most common and affordable medium chain fat, lauric acid, doesn't actually do that.
Correct.
So the one I recommend, I made it popular, is Brain Octane. It's part of Bulletproof Coffee. And this is the one that, in studies from UC San Diego, raises ketones higher than anything else, even if you had some rice or some sugar the night before, which isn't always a good idea. A little bit of carbs, not a problem. Right? You don't have to be on a zero carb diet forever. Just don't be on bonker sugar diet. But if you put these energy fats in your coffee in the morning, you pour it on your salad at lunch, what happens is your energy levels go up in a very noticeable, profound way. And when your ketones boost a little bit in your blood, there's two things that really shift. One is called CCK, and this is the satiety fullness hormone. And the other one is called ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. So if you get your ketones up to 0.48, which is below the keto bro nutritional ketosis, I haven't had any carbs in a year kind of guys, what you're going to get is your CCK goes up and your ghrelin goes down, and all of a sudden you don't care about the bagel, and the willpower you think it takes to skip breakfast is gone. There's no willpower. And if you pour that stuff in your coffee in the morning, the bagel loses its siren call at 10:30. You don't want the bran muffin. You just don't care. And someone puts it in front of you, the big Krispy Kreme donuts, you're like, I have no desire for this, which is a very different thing than my 300-pound life, where I'd sit there in the meeting and go, I am a good person. I am going to resist this donut with all of my willpower. And then I'm like, I'll just have half the donut, right? And you will lose if this is how you're doing it. And that's the secret there, is if you learn intermittent fasting, make metabolic flexibility, or use energy fats, you don't have to think about food all the time.
You mean, so I don't have to have a personal mantra, I'm not a person that eats bread?
I just go, I am one with the donut.